All right, so we're back out at the sawmill. Nice sunny day. It's a little cooler here than it was last weekend, coming into fall here. Um, got a couple of pieces that we got to put on that I'll show you over here. So we have the muffler, including the muffler bracket and the manifold here for the muffler. So we have that to put on, which was in a box in the back of the truck. When we were delivering, we had it wrapped, but the wrapping came off and some of the boxes got a little wet, so I tossed them in the back of the truck. So we got that stuff to put on, and then we also have the battery and the electric start package here, which is a couple of wires that we'll plug in and get connected. But we're going to start with the muffler here. So first thing we need to do is figure out how this goes on, because there's nothing in the instruction manual that I could find. So go over here to the sawmill, and you'll note that there are two holes here where clearly the manifold goes. So the manifold is fairly straightforward. It is going to go on something along those lines. So we just need 4 bolts for that. The muffler will clearly go on the side over here, and the bracket will mount to the bolts over there. So while I get the manifold here mounted, the muffler pipe, and figure out where to mount the rest of it, and figure out what bolts I'm going to use, because like I said, it only came with a few, which appear to be bolts for mounting the bracket to the bracket here to the muffler, and then this plate, I believe, goes between the bracket and the muffler, something like that. But I'm going to get it on there, and we'll see. So I will be back with you if I run across anything that I think you need to see, or if there's anything that I find that's out of the ordinary, or I'll show you when I get done what I did. Okay, so we got the muffler on and the battery hooked up to the starter. Fairly straightforward process. So here you can see that everything is hooked up. So the muffler, 2 points coming out of the engine, 2 cylinders obviously. Muffler's over here, bracket, and there's the heat shield for the gas tank to keep the heat away from the gas tank. And then on the other side we got the battery box, and basically all we had to do for this is we had to hook the red wire to the terminal on the starter, and the black wire is grounded down here to the engine, and then there's a battery box just to keep it dry, and a strap to hold it all in place. So then we can see we now have the ability to power it up with just the turn of a key. And that's all that we are going to have time for today. Camping out here on the land tonight, so I'm going to go set up the tent. Well, probably the hammock actually. Just sleep out under the stars tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to tackle some of this pile of wood over here. As you can see, we got a couple of stacks of some hardwood and some softwood. I'm going to start milling up some boards for a cabin that we're going to try to get built here in the next month, so we can have a place to stay up here in the winter. So stay tuned for that, and I will be back out here tomorrow.